Closer to home, we're seeing some heat today.
Yes, we are, Alana.
Yeah, unseasonable warmth. My heart breaks, though, whenever we look at that damage. My goodness, you know, Utah only averages 3 tornadoes a year, and they're usually in very far outlying areas, and that does include landspouts, and that is a different type of tornado. As we take that live view from Cache Valley, you see the increased cloud cover up there in Logan, but you also notice a little haze at the base of the mountains. Still a pretty shot, and temperatures are very mild. It's a beautiful day in Cache Valley with those mid-70s. Clouds on the move in the last little while. Our southwest flow in place, but we do have clearer conditions in southern Utah where we look at Ivins. Yeah, they don't have as much cloud cover. In the south, a little bit there, but people are still out there and enjoying as we deal with these above average temperatures. It's 80 degrees right now in Salt Lake City, our second 80-degree day of the year. 80 in Ogden, 76 in Logan, 83 in Moab, and 89 right now in St. George. They were sitting at 90 degrees, starting to cool just a little bit. We'll keep the cooling trend along the Wasatch Front. We go 80s to 70s, and by ABC4 News at 10, our partly cloudy skies will allow for temperatures getting to 68. That's still 8 degrees above where we usually are for the daytime high. Yeah, high pressure comes in and does that. Boy, does it change things. We saw records fall yesterday, and we tied the record today. Live view from Alta. That's so pretty, I would hang it over my mantle. I just think it's gorgeous. Blue skies, cloud cover, and there's the snow. Spring skiers and snowboarders have enjoyed these conditions and bluebird days. Let's talk about that snow for just a moment, because we always show you snowpack, and that is something we monitor through about April 1st. But if you took all of our snow and melted it into a liquid, you would have the snow water equivalent. A SWE is what we call it for short. As you look at that blue line, that is our SWE this year. And you noticed how our March storms really helped bump it. March 23rd, the highest for our SWE was 14.3 inches. But now you've started to see a decline. That means that runoff season is here, and you're going to want to be extra careful. While flooding is not a threat, with this above average warmth, many of us are anxious to get outdoors. You just have to remember our rivers are running high, fast, and very cold. Hypothermia can occur in just a few moments. You're going to want to make sure you monitor kids and pets and just keep a safe distance from our rising rivers. Even though we're not going to be seeing flooding and it's not a threat, the danger is looming and something to be aware of. Great picture coming from the Capitol. Hey, I was up there yesterday, Meg. Thank you for the cherry blossoms. And you know what, Capitol? Thank you for the cherry blossoms. Spring, thank you for the cherry blossoms. You know what you can hold on to? The pollen. Goodness gracious, had a stuffy nose all night. We are going to see high pollen, tree pollen, for the next several days in northern, southern, and eastern Utah. That pollen just wants to hold steady, and the winds will aggravate it tomorrow. They will pick up, and that's going to happen ahead of this cold front. We get a front that's going to move on through. Not a tremendous amount of moisture. You see that moisture a little further north into the Beehive state. Cooler air by the evening will move in, and some spotty shower potential. It would be isolated and most likely in the high country, but a little unsettled as the front moves through the area. So we watch our ridge break down, and that area of high pressure slides to our east. We open the door for cooler air, possibly a spotty shower, but we're going to really notice that change Saturday into Sunday with a big temperature drop. We bounce back, though. Surprisingly, ridge comes back, which will allow for warmth to return, but then we get unsettled for the midweek. We're still watching what's going to happen, but there is just a slight chance we could see wet weather. Doesn't look to impact temperatures greatly, though, which means a longer period of this unseasonable warmth could be ahead of us. 60s and 70s tomorrow. Now, I'm going upper 70s because I do think the winds will aid in driving those numbers. 80s and 70s on the eastern side of the state, going 90 in St. George. They hit it today. They could hit it again tomorrow, even with the upslope. We do see 80s with the winds for the weekend in the south, and we have the chance of some enhanced canyon winds in Washington County. Here's the Wasatch Front. Not a lot going on, just that big dip in temperatures, 70s to 50s, 60s. Then we bring back the 70s. A lot happening. But you know what? Tomorrow morning's going to be great. You know why? Because it's shred day.
Hey, there you go. Come on now.